The Flipped Classroom Podcast. What is the Flipped Classroom? Presented by Jeffrey Anderson and Larry Hess from Ohio University. Learning objectives. After watching this podcast, you should understand and remember the flipped classroom approach to teaching, and understand and remember the differences between the flipped model and traditional models of teaching. Universities were founded in Western Europe in 1050, and lecturing has been the predominant form of teaching ever since. In fact, the lecture is still the most commonly used approach to teach adults in the United States and the rest of the world. In the lecture model, teachers transfer knowledge to students who do not know and cannot contribute. While the lecture model is an effective way to transmit information, it is not as effective in promoting thought. The chief limitation is that the lecture doesn't encourage participants to think about and apply the course content. Lectures on topics like management or economics aren't relevant until the learner can apply the content to understand the issues. Here in the traditional classroom, we see direct instruction via lecture and then students working outside of class to apply those concepts alone while they're doing homework. Lectures are inherently passive activities for the learner, and this passive environment of the traditional classroom has a decided outcome, which is boredom. Research by Sally Mann concludes that 59% of students find their lectures boring at least some of the time. In this passive learning environment created by the traditional classroom, students are regularly seen sending and receiving text messages, surfing the web, reading about their friends on social media, and even playing games. In the flipped classroom, students are asked to watch lecture videos that are easily accessible and available on the internet. Delivering the lectures outside of class allows students to come to class prepared with some knowledge of the content. Students may watch these lecture videos asynchronously at a time and place of their choosing and at their own pace and their own schedule. They may watch lectures as many or as few times as they like, and lecture videos can appeal to both auditory and visual learners. Here in the flipped classroom, this direct instruction occurs outside of class, and then during class time, students work collaboratively to apply those concepts with support from their peers and the instructor. How does it work? The flipped classroom is not as much a method as it is a philosophy to maximize the value of time students spend inside and outside of the classroom. There's no single model for the flipped classroom. Rather, the term is widely used to describe almost any class structure that provides pre-recorded lectures followed by in-class exercises. In one common model, students might watch multiple lectures of 5 to 7 minutes each. Online quizzes or activities can be interspersed to assess what students have learned. Immediate quiz feedback and the ability to rerun lecture segments may help clarify points of confusion. Delivering course lectures online is at the core of the flipped classroom. Lecture capture is a broad term which is used to describe any technology that allows instructors to record course activities and then make them available digitally. Lecture capture solutions may vary from simple audio recordings to video and slide presentations. Podcasting is a term commonly used to describe lectures broadcast via the internet and viewed on mobile devices. In the flipped classroom, then, class time is repurposed so that students may apply course concepts. In class, instructors may lead discussions. Students work together to solve problems, to create, and to collaborate. Summary: the flipped classroom reverses the traditional course model. Students watch video lectures outside of class. Then they come to class prepared with an understanding of course concepts. Class time is used to apply these concepts, often using discussion and collaborative problem-solving exercises.